I think if anything was to ever take off, and my goal is to absolutely hire out from what I do on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
I was, do that first.
Yeah.
And that way you're not really, you can still receive income from what you built.
Yeah, it's your business,
right?
That's a stream of income that you'll never lose.
You don't ever want to just give it up, because that's foolish, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Especially for something as limited as music.
Yeah.
So if something was to blow, though, yeah, of course you hire that out, and then you probably gotta. 9 times out of 10, that's when you gotta move. You gotta move. You gotta go.
I want to encourage you to not do that. I'm telling you, we are going to create this thing where you can do that here. I can't let a great person leave the New River Valley. So when I'm saying let's create that structure here, let's get you direct to consumer, let's get you these Hollywood managers that can manage you from there, but you can be here.
Well, I think it's got to come from the streams. You got to have some type of merch, which I would have to revive it, but I actually have it.
Yeah.
You have to have merch. You got to be consistently streaming millions of streams.
Yeah.
And it's got to be millions.
Yeah.
It can't be into the thousands and the tens of thousands. That's what I got now.
Yeah.
That ain't going to get you no check.
Yeah.
And so you have to it's got to be a reach of 1 million people. It's got to be consistent marketing.
Yeah. If you're looking at who's getting those numbers today, the baby's pumping content, getting millions of views of video. Obviously you got viral sensations like Cardi B, like getting, 1 billion views and stuff like that. So
and they kill it.
Yeah.
I think if you could just find something, it's got to be something like, for me, it would have to be a niche crowd.
Yeah.
So I would probably classify my music as easy listening, whether it be hip hop or R&B. It's kind of a blend.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's more so easy listening. So it's got to be something catered to a more mature crowd. Kids may like it, but it's probably still like, if you're 30 and up, you like to ride and listen to music that's easy listening type situation. Maybe even 25 and up.
Yeah.
Something that still got a little bit of flavor. So if we find that niche group, and you say, okay, we can continuously market that demographic who likes this type of music, then you could generate some streams. You might get to the millions, and I think that's the way that I would have to do it for me particularly, because I'm not the guy. Some shows, but not in a sense of maybe going to other places and doing it. Maybe.
It depends on what you want to talk about too, right? So there's niche, there's niche things, like in my estimation of what you are, you're kind of like the cultural storyteller.
Yeah.
Like you're soaking in what the world is, and you're trying to create something that you can let people hear whatever's going on in the world.
Right.
Like whatever you're upset about, whatever you love, whatever, like, I think that transcends time. Like when you're talking about your family, well, the people that have families have families. They want to hear that. So if there's unrest and you're talking about unrest, it's going to hit those people. If you've felt a certain way about a situation and you put that perspective out in the world, people are going to want to hit that. That's so don't sell yourself short. Don't sell, because you being more I think thoughtful about what you actually are saying.
Yeah.
Might not be what most of the music industry is in the hip hop and R&B genre, but you can be the influence that they need to stop talking about the negative things about culture. The guns and the sexualizing of women, and the disrespect of anybody and everybody.
Well, see, for me, it's like you get into something that's a hot topic within the culture.
Yeah.
You're trying to figure out what's destructive and what's not. Is it a time where you can even have destructive kind of thoughts in music?
Yeah.
And I would say that for me, it's just, is it authentic?
Right.
Like what I don't like about the music industry is that we push gimmicks. So it's like the 6ix9ine situation. You pushed him out there, and that wasn't him.
Yeah.
So now, when the rubber meets the road, now you got an individual who lost. He in a bad situation, and has to, he's gonna suffer from that. He suffered from that. A lot of people, the cancel culture got a hold of him. Yeah. But it also, because it's not authentic, then people can't get behind it.
Yeah. People tune in for a second to laugh at it, and then they move on.
So it's like if your story is authentic, I think that's the biggest thing. That's what I try to tell to a lot of artists that I work with. So if you have a message, let's just say your story it ain't mine, right? Your story is there's people who have come from all walks of life. Discuss it.
Yeah.
And
don't even if it's bad, it probably still needs to be said and not eliminated or censored. It needs to be said so the conversation can happen to correct that behavior and say that's wrong, and hopefully change the perspective of the person that's saying the wrong stuff.
Yeah, just make it authentic. Now if you glorifying said things that we all know are destructive, then to me, I mean, it is what it is, right? You got to have everything. There's some balance, but to me, I just like authentic.
Yeah.
And I've recorded artists from any walk of life you can imagine.
Yeah.
And what I have prided myself on is that I would say that 95% it's a true story. It's an authentic story.
Yeah.
And I appreciate those people, because a lot of times, when people are coming to you and y'all ain't got the same background, but they came to you because they know that you that guy. Right? I'm coming to you because I feel like you're going to be real with me. People have told me that you're going to be straight up with me, straight up and down, and we're going to record this music, and you can lead me in a way that I'm going to leave something that sounds good.
Yeah.
And I pride myself on being able to do that. Do I hit every time? No. Am I the best? No. I'm confident in my work. But am I the best? I would say probably not yet. I got room to grow.
Yeah.
But we all growing in that situation.
Will we ever achieve our best? I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, the bar needs to keep moving.
Yeah.
If you think you've passed your best bar, that's sad.
Yeah.
I
would think that. I think that where I could go with it is is next level.
Yeah.
And there's some people that I would like. You're gonna start to hear some names in the area, and just all across the board that are coming out with really, really good stuff. And it's hard to, even sometimes that's in the industry. Like I have a good buddy. His name is Matthew the Verso. Shout out Verso. He's from New York City. I met him in Charlotte. He's a writer. Okay, so he's not a musician. He's a writer for CSAC, and that's a performing rights organization company. All right, so he goes from Charlotte, he goes to Miami. All right, and he's been signed by several different people. He was just recently with Ghostface Killer.
Nice.
Dope stuff, right? So the work that me and him did together, and it's kind of, I tell people this sometimes you don't want to say too much because you don't feel like people are going to believe you. Me and him have written songs for publishing for major artists. So I've been involved with writing hooks for Chris Brown. We tried to do something for Rick Ross, 50 Cent, of course, Ghostface. And then Jay Styles from Blackstreet is an affiliate with him. And so I got to meet some people, Diallo Woods, who wrote No Pigeons, some people that was really in the game. Didn't get that yes, though, right? And so he's in there. And so the stories that you hear from people that are actually in the industry, you got like 2,000-3,000 people trying to get that yes.
Yeah.
And these are the highest of the highest as far as talent. So, for somebody, to infiltrate that is tough. And so I didn't even think that, I don't even approach it that way.
Yeah.
Let's just be organic from where your following is.
Exactly. You got to hit through the no gatekeeper avenue, get mass appeal and mass attention, and then maybe those guys will, if you don't have if you don't have 30,000 followers on Instagram,
Yeah.
if they're looking at your social media to think like, does this person already have a following? Well, they haven't done the work necessary to get a following. Why should we care?
Right.
You know?
Right.
So that's the big deal.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, as much as, you know, I'll reiterate again, you know, as much talent as I know you have, I mean, I would bet on you to have that one song at some point that blows up and hits national radio and people talking about it. We gotta execute a strategy to get you the attention that you deserve. That you know that is going to help you change your life.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be that moment that everybody's heads turn for you.
Right.
You know,
and it takes some people believing in you. I've been fortunate thus far as that, you know, the people in this community have believed in me. A lot more than probably sometimes I might even myself.
Yeah.
Family members, I got a strong family that's behind me, and that's an awesome thing to have too. So, you know, we got family in the community behind you. I think as far as like platform, for whatever reason, and you know, I've been able to have the ear to people. And so, like, certain things that I say, I know that it sparked more attention to some others, you know. Yeah. So I'm always aware of that, but you know, for those people in the community, you know, I appreciate all the love and support. And so, you know, and let's keep having conversations. I'm gonna keep spouting out, you know, my truth.
Yeah.
Through music, or whether it just be through, you know, whatever platform.
A Facebook post.
You know, so, and I just think it generates good discussion. Sometimes it ain't always effective and it's not always productive, but I think sometimes the conversation it's got to come from somewhere.
Yeah. I think, you know, the great thing about, you know, the internet today is it allows people to know more about the person. You know, and I want to take full advantage of that. You know, I want people, the worst thing that can happen to you if you're trying to do stuff and you want to make an impact of your community is that they're indifferent about you.
Yeah.
You know, the indifference is the worst. I either want you to decide yes or no about me. I want you to come to me for the viewpoints that I have or stand up against my viewpoints. I want that. I have to have that.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, if I'm going to make any impact on my community, I've got to take a stand for something. I got to believe in something. You know, I can't just stand by anymore and not have my opinion noticed or observed. I just can't do it.
Right.
I can't do that.
People want to know, and we talk about it all the time, just like close friends and family members, you know, you want to know who your allies are.
Yeah.
And so sometimes, no matter who you are, you don't want to get caught on the fence.
Yeah.
You know, and these days and time, it's important.
I can tell you right now, I've been scrutinized lately on some of my opinions, and, you know, I stand up for what I believe in. I stand up for what I think is the truth, you know, and, I say things to my detriment sometimes. You know, I say things that I think the public needs to know and understand what I'm thinking. And sometimes that hasn't gone in my favor, but
right.
I accept those results. And, you know, if someone presents me a better idea of something, or they give me a perspective of how they felt, you know, if I feel like that's authentic and they're informed and they made these decisions with all the information, then I can change my viewpoint.
Yeah.
But if I feel like somebody is on a stand of misinformation and they don't fully see, I'm the king of being misunderstood. You know, I'm probably the most misunderstood,
right.
underestimated guy you know.
Yeah.
Really. You know, to be honest, like
growing up and everything.
Nobody would predict that I would be who I am today.